Good day, sports fans, and welcome to the new Week in Review Sports Palace, Fit for a King. We lead off today with some high school hardwood action. Annapolis took on Old Mill Wednesday in a game that would come down to the last seconds. The Panthers jumped out to an early 8-point lead and went into the locker room at halftime with that same lead. In the second half, Old Mill, with distant memories of the 31-point loss to Broadneck just a few days before, found their shooting touch as they started the third quarter with a 14-2 run to take the lead. Brian Hitton finished off the Panthers scoring on a fast break with less than 10 seconds on the clock to give the Patriots a 79-76 win. Joe McCargo led the Patriots with 22 points as they moved to 8-3 on the season, and Annapolis falls to 8-2. Elsewhere, Broadneck continues to dominate as they run their record to 11-1, behind 21 points from Tequan Colbert. They took care of Meade 69-56. Glen Burnie has no problems with Severna Park as they picked up a 59-32 victory, and Arundel moves to 8-3 with a 54-39 win over North County. Well, on the ladies' side, Annapolis has found a balanced offensive explosion as 5 Panthers were in double digits in scoring. In the first half, the Patriots kept the game close, scoring 20 points in the first half and finding themselves down by only 6. The second half looked as if there were 2 different teams on the court. Old Mill struggled offensively, and the Panthers turned out the scoring with 45 second-half points to go on to win 73-38. Well, the Lady Cougars were looking for win number 4 on the season as they took on Severn School. Janelle Hollinger and Dejon Gibson had other ideas as they scored 15 and 19 points respectively for Severn to give the Admirals a 68-45 victory over Chesapeake. And in other ladies' action, Severna Park topped Glen Burnie 59-37, and Meade's defense was too much for Broadneck as they fell 47-25. Well, finally today, a perfect sports story to head into an important weekend of football for our Baltimore Ravens. Last week, the Anne Arundel County Department of Recreation and Parks, at the request of County Executive Leopold, challenged the Maryland Department of Agriculture to a team spirit competition. Rec and Parks, led by Week in Review's own Franklin Cheney, pulled out all the stops as they decorated our sportsman statue on Harry Truman Parkway in purple and black. And they even erected a purple gold post to support our Baltimore Ravens. Karla, it's going to be a big game.
Yes, indeed, Eric. We hope our Ravens beat those Steelers. And speaking of our local kids, we told you some exciting new changes coming to the county's recycling program. To quote the Whitney Houston song, "The Children Are Our Future," Constituent Services Representative Mark Chang recently attended a contest where students created sculptures using recyclable materials. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Mark Chang with Community Constituent Services for Anne Arundel County Executive's Office. I'm out here at Arundel Middle School where they had just finished up the 3rd annual Recycling in 3D program. And I'm here with Miss Kristen Lagana, who's one of the recycling outreach specialists. And just want to ask you, how did the program go? How did the contest go today?
We had a great turnout this year. We had 44 projects from over 6 different middle schools, including Arundel, Bates, Brooklyn Park, Meade, Old Mill South, and Severna Park.
Great, and will you all be doing this next year?
We'll definitely be doing it next year, and we encourage any of the middle school students in Anne Arundel County to apply, and we encourage you to make some beautiful artwork so we can all see it and enjoy things from the winter and holidays made completely out of recyclables.
Great. Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you.
Let's meet some of the winners here. You were the first place winner, right?
Yep.
What's your name, young man?
Cameron Belden.
Okay, great. And what was your project?
Like me shoveling snow and
Okay, well, how long did it take you to do it?
1 day.
1 day? Okay, well, great. Well, great. Well, congratulations. And we'll look forward to hopefully you being there next time. And we have 2 young ladies here, and you both came in second. It's a team effort here. Okay, it's all about teamwork, right? What is your name? And yours? And where do you all live?
Jessup.
Jessup? Great. Well, and you're in Jessup too?
I'm Severn.
Severn. Okay. Well, the western part of the county representing here today. Well, congratulations. And what was your project date? What is it?
Reindeer.
Okay.
Presents underneath.
Okay, great. Good. And what was it made out of?
We made it out of copper cans, paper, bottles.
Okay, great. Well, congratulations. All right, you're welcome. And let's go. You're the third place winner? Okay, great. And what's your name, young lady? Okay, good. Where do you live? In Gambles. Okay, so close by then. Okay, great. And what got you involved in the contest?
Well, trying to participate in the credit thing.
Okay.
So I could even wait because of the cat in the neighborhood. They like being like last year. So we try to give it all the rest of the recycling. So then now I would.
Okay. Well, congratulations. All right, great. Yes, ma'am. And you, which honorable? You got the honorable mention title, right?
Yes.
What's your name again?
Anne Martin.
Okay, great. And what did you do?
I did a bird, Christmas bird.
Okay, great. Did you like the contest? Yes. Okay, great. All right, well, you're going to do it again?
Probably.
Okay. For the folks out there watching this program, what advice would you give them? What piece of advice would you give them to help them, encourage them to recycle?
Use creativity.
Okay, well, congratulations. Miss Joanna Tobin, how are you doing? Great, great. And you're the chairwoman of the Recycling Commission for Anne Arundel County, correct?
The Recycling Advisory Committee.
Okay,
That's
great.
right.
Tell me a little bit about that committee.
Well, we were chartered about a year and a bit ago by the county executive to come up with some recommendations to help the county up the recycling rate to help them reach the 50-50 goal.
And how are we doing?
We're doing very well. The rate's been going up as long as the committee's been meeting, but we put together a report with some ideas that we thought would really help the county keep putting that number up where it needs to be. And the good news is the citizens of the county are very receptive to recycling, but we need to keep working at it. And so 20 citizens have spent the last year coming up with more ideas to get us going.
Great. And what did you think about this contest?
Oh, this was terrific. I think the most important thing and the most encouraging thing is that young people are really getting the recycling message. And when you see all the incredibly creative entries into a program like this, you realize that the kids get it, they're interested in it, and it's giving them an opportunity to express not only their care for the environment, but also their creativity and their talent.
Joanne, I asked a young lady who came up before you, for those folks out there watching this, what piece of advice would you give them to help encourage them to recycle?
I think just look around you and realize that most of what gets finished with its use in your house can be recycled. More can be recycled than not. So when in doubt, don't throw it out, recycle it.
All right, well, that's a great piece of advice. Thank you, Joanna.
Thank you.
And I would encourage everyone out there to keep on recycling and get those yellow bins filled up. And if you need a yellow bin, you can always give a call at Constituent Services at 410-222-1795.
Great stuff. Kids really get it when talking about protecting our environment.
Absolutely, and it's just good, Karla, to see these kids involved in projects like this. I mean, I know when I was in school many, many years ago, I always learned the best when I was involved. And getting kids involved really will make those values stick with them for a lifetime.
Definitely, Eric.
So it's good. What do you think of my new sports palace? The place is great.
Yes, it is great. It's excellent.
I've always wanted to be a king. Now I've got my own palace.
Yeah.
Sports, I mean, what's better? There's nothing better than that.
I'm a little jealous. Maybe next week when the bands come, we can have our own musical palace
You
as
can
well.
have a music palace. Your music palace can be over there.
Okay.
Big game this weekend, Karla. A lot on the line. It's Friday night. Game tomorrow, 4:30, Heinz Field, Pittsburgh. The town is painted purple. Everything from Baltimore all the way down to Deal. It's purple everywhere. Ravens got a big game. This is one of the biggest games, I think, in the last 10 years.
That's what I hear. And I know it's always a really tough rivalry with the Steelers. But
Oh, we go in there to knock some heads, and they come in there to knock some of our heads. So it's going to be a great game. So hopefully you're watching, 4:30 on Saturday. Hopefully everybody's watching, and let's go Ravens. We need the victory. And that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode online anytime at www.aacounty.org. Archive episodes are available at blip.tv, and of course you can subscribe to the free video podcast at iTunes. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county. We'll see you next week when our guests will be Pandemonia, one of the 11 bands performing at Anne Arundel County's Battle of the Bands on January 29th. We'll take you out with the band performing one of its original songs. Have a great week.